And hello and welcome, as we have just started qualifying IRL GT4 round 11 around Dragon Trail Gardens. So we're heading into 15 minutes with qualifying, and looks like we're getting a small grid today, so guess we're gonna have to do with what is there. But we do have the two championship leaders though, with Jeremy, who's still leading the championship, as ahead of Jack. And it's not much between them either. 36 points going into this race, so it's gonna be an interesting one to see who does what today, as Rob Small is there today too, with a good race last week, so hopefully he can have a repeat on that, another podium maybe. I know that he has struggled through a lot of this season, so it's good to see him a little back at it, and well, he might still be struggling as much as he's done all season, to be fair, but at least even with the struggle he is a little more up there again, as we have nobody on the track right now. And I'm a little confused about what's happening right now. Well, a little confusing, but hopefully we'll get on the way again soon. Finally, we have Aaron back to a driver who's been very quick and almost won. Well, I think he actually has won every single race he's attended. But obviously he has missed a few, so he's not really in contention for the championship anymore because of that. But I would not be surprised if we see him take another victory today. And for you, Jared, yes, I am ready to see you bottle. About to begin in just a matter of a few seconds. Champ driving here. A new teammate for Aaron. So it's gonna be interesting. He's had 2 other teammates earlier, whereas both of them have done pretty well in their debuts. So I guess we'll have to see how Champ can do, as we see Jack in his Ferrari driving for Nexus Racing. And it will be interesting today to see what he can do. He really needs to close that gap to Jeremy with, I believe, only one more race after this track, which is Red Bull Ring. So there's 2 races left and a 36-point gap between these 2. They're pretty much the only 2 in contention for the championship. Everybody else is a little too far behind. And it looks like Champ is gonna be the first one to start a lap. Going into the first corner right about now. Slinging the car into this corner now. Touching the curb slightly on the outside. And then into this left combination. Looks like he's getting a good run through there. So we can see Rob Small in the background behind there too. I think he might be on an outlap. Champ coming down to the hairpin now. Going wide on the exit. Looks like a decent lap so far. As we see him coming into this long right-hander, that is actually a few corners, but you can take it pretty much as one corner. And into the final 2 corners now, a double left-hander here. Champ coming to the line. It's gonna be a 38.9 I mean. What about Rob? He's a little off, and look at this Aaron with 36.8 smashing his teammate. And Rob, what about Jack? However, he's on a lap. If there is anyone who can contend with Aaron on this lap, it should be Jack. But I will have to say, he's looking a little scruffy on the car. Might look a little tail happy, so coming up to this right-hander, and a little gravel on the tires there before he's going very wide on the curb there. It is a beautiful engine sound we get from that Ferrari though. As he's coming now towards the last 2 corners on the track, it's a double left-hander. With the right line, you can pretty much take it as one long corner, which is what Jack is exactly doing, as Champ has gone with a 38.4 now. What about Jack? He's gonna be doing a 37.9, so he's about a second off Aaron here. Champ is yet another 4/10 off Jack there. As we have Jared setting a 42.1, and he is clearly struggling at the moment. In his yellow Lamborghini. He has to slow down, so this is not gonna be the lap for him. What about Jared? Is he on another lap here, flashing his hazard light as always? Flashing his headlights a little too, just for the commentary. This lap time by Jared is gonna be a 39.41.3, and it's a big improvement, but still way off the pace today. So it's interesting to see how much he struggles today. On the other hand, Jack is a little down on his time, and done a brilliant lap so far. It's just that nobody can match Aaron Timberland at the moment. Jack coming into the final double left-hander here. What can he do this time? That might have been a little too wide. But what can it be? It's not gonna be an improvement. About to start a lap 2. Can improve this lap time. He's been out a few other laps, but he hasn't been able to match that time after he did it. He isn't looking bad through the first sector though. Through the technical parts we're coming up to now. And it is actually beautiful to see how Aaron is slinging that car through the corners, and it looks pretty easy for him. Yet again, he's up on his time and coming up to the double left-hander. We can hear Jack's car as he's also on a lap. However, will any of these two be able to improve their laps? As we see Aaron coming through the last corner, this is gonna be a great lap. It's gonna be a 35. No, it's gonna be a 36.3. And a 4/10 improvement, and way ahead of Jack by over a second. On another note though, while this guy has 4 minutes left in quali now, I have not seen Jeremy out on track, and he's starting to run out of time if he wants a good position for the race, and right now it's all playing into Jack's hands. Obviously the maximum amount of points Jack can get today is 35, I believe, so he's not gonna take the championship lead today, no matter where Jeremy starts, unless Jeremy doesn't finish the race. But he's setting himself up to take back a lot of those points now. Aaron, on the other hand, is just flying though. But we're gonna follow Jack right now as he's starting a flyer now. And will he be able to get down in the 36s and close to Aaron? As we see Jack in the first corner, looking like he's getting good speed through there, then through this left combination. Ooh, looks a little later, cuts a lot of that corner, but it's looking like he got a lot of pace through there, and he is up on his time by almost half a second. Could this be a clutch moment by Jack, managing to get himself up to Aaron as he gets a slide on the car on the entry there? Hopefully that didn't mess his lap that much up. And into this next more tricky sector then, as you can see him going very wide out of every corner, but also getting a lot of time as he's 9/10 off on his time. Can he be able to challenge Aaron with this lap? Obviously he's almost 1.5 seconds behind, so he will need more time than what he's gotten so far. But he's looking quick as he's going into the last double left-hander on this track. Going with a nice line, seems to be getting a lot of speed onto the main straight. What is it gonna be, a 36 or a 35? And it's a 37 flat, 6/10 off Aaron, but my god, how he sliced that gap down to, well, half a second from 1.5 seconds. Oh, and this is terrible news if I'm correct. Jeremy has just gone into this chat and explained what is happening, and apparently his game is re-downloading the update, and Jeremy is not then gonna be here for the race, I assume. She's gonna be horrible for his championship. On another note though, it's gonna make a great thriller for the last race around Red Bull Ring next week. I am sorry, Jared, but this track is awful. You're just not as quick as this in the front. As we see Rob now, just a corner again. better lap. What about Champ? It's looking like Champ is getting a tow from his teammate Aaron. Aaron is not improving. What about Champ? No improvement. And I believe Quali is... Oh, and look at Fosbury. That is the Fosbury we know. The Foss bottle. The Foss bottle Bottlebury. Spinning like a madman. We can see Lance out on track. Rob is out on track. Nobody's doing a lap right now. Champ, Jack, Aaron. It looks like the most interesting driver to look at right now then is Jared. Well, it was. And it's gonna be Aaron on pole ahead of Jack and his teammate Champ. Then Jared Fosbury. Then Rob Small. Lance LeBrun. Before the back row should be then... Well, yeah, no, thinking about it, this is the 6 drivers we have today, and well, I would have wished for more bigger grid than this on the second to last race of the season, but I guess that's how it's gonna be today. And it looks like Rob might have jumped the start a little there, but he did not take advantage of it, so hopefully he doesn't get penalized by it either then. Oh, and look at the... and... I am not exactly sure what's happened to Jack, but he has fallen. And... everyone's retiring, so... well... well, Jared, if you could just back out now. Alright, well. Rob has got to set up the grid again then. Well, we all know how much you love Monaco and Canada, don't we, Jared? Well, as we're waiting on Rob then to set up the grid, then with 36 points separating Fla, Jeremy and Jack. If Jack gets first fastest lap and driver of the day today, he'll end up with 34, I believe, which means that it would be a 2-point difference going into the last round, and what a race that would be. On the other hand, I will not deny it. Aaron is the big favorite to the win today. So so with that, then the point difference probably will be a little more than 2 points, but out of everybody else, Jack is the favorite for second place in this race, so it's gonna be interesting to see who wins the championship in the end. So we will just sit here and wait for a moment. Well, Jared, how many laps do you think you'll survive and actually be on the lead lap? Yeah, well. Alright, so it's a new lobby. Well, Jeremy, if you're watching, tell me, how hard is it gonna sting if you end up losing in the last round to Jack, and by that losing the championship? Thinking of what could have been today then. Well, to be fair, Jared, I wouldn't mind some company either, but would like to see you race though. On a scale by 1 to 10, where 10 is the worst, then, Jeremy? I assume you're gonna say like something like 11 or something then. Look at that beautiful Ferrari. Alright, 7 I see. Well, 7, well, that's not that bad then, Jeremy. I mean, it's still pretty bad, but... I have a feeling Rob might have set it to open. And Foss Bottle. Bottleberry. Bottleberg.
What? No, not Bottle. Alright, worst track in history. Okay.
We have so many names for you, you know.
I've got so many names for this track, mate, honestly.
Oh, don't name them.
No, honest. There was like no grip. Turned the corner, hit the curb spin, took the wall, crash. You know?
Well, interestingly enough, it did look like Jack was struggling a little with the grip today too.
I'd have preferred if it was the other Dragon's Trail track, the easier one.
The seaside?
This is easy. Yeah, but that fast right, you can't turn. There's no grip. With max downforce, you can't turn. With no low downforce, you can't turn. It's just stupid.
Well, on another note though, Jared, looking in the live stream chatter, I can see Jeremy saying all I need today was to finish second or third, and now he's gonna end up with 0 points.
Well, if he joins, he can.
Well, it does not look like he'll be able to join. Well,
That's
yeah.
a shame.
So,
Because he could have won it today.
well, probably, but I will have to say Aaron looked amazingly quick in quali. Jack pulling off a stunner on his last lap, but it was still 4/10 of Aaron. And well, we've seen the whole season that every race Aaron's been here, he's pretty much been in his own league.
Yeah.
But with that though, obviously Jack has a huge chance at...
Oh, a new lobby again.
Oh. Alright.
Honestly, this is what annoys me with this game. This game is bugged. I'd rather play F1 2017 than this game, and that was bugged with a safety car.
Well, I mean, if you keep getting bugged lobbies, then who knows? Maybe Jeremy gets the chance to race after all.
Yeah. No. That Ferrari, I don't know. I think Jack's going to struggle. I think he's going to go mediums and he's going to have no grip near the end. Because when I tried those mediums, I was doing 42s. And them lot were doing 38s on mediums. So, I don't know. It's weird though, because I had the same setup as Jack. Exact the same, and it just didn't work. Probably just bad at the track.
Well, there's no nice way to say this. But Jack is a more quality driver on this game than you know.
No, I have to agree on that.
Well, we're not doing Northern Isles Speedway today, but...
Yeah, he's probably said it as that because the lobby's messed up. There's one benefit though. Since I don't have to race it, I can do comms with you. So, I enjoy that.
Well, benefit for you at least.
I can relax, chill out.
For me, on the other hand...
Well, I see how it is, you know.
Well, you know I'm joking. Shall we see? So we have some of them back. I don't see Aaron yet, or his teammate.
It's not even letting me go spectate. Break. There we go.
Oh. Have we lost Aaron from the race? Alright, it looks like...
Lobby bugged again.
Well, that wasn't what I was going to say. It looks like Aaron won't make the race now, and by that it means that we're down to... Well, in the lobby right now we actually only have 3 drivers.
Wow. Should we just call it quits for me and let Jack win? Nah, I'm only messing. No, but it's not the best turnout.
The win on walkover. That would have been something.
No racer, but I think the fun part was when me spinning up.
I think there's still one guy trying to get into the lobby. Well then, Jeremy, if you're still there. with then Aaron out of the race, and pretty much maximum points gonna get awarded to Jack. How's your gut feeling now? I'm telling you, if it's not gonna sting more than 7, as I said earlier, then I'm gonna be surprised.
Jack should be happy. He's the only one out on track, and if we don't get underway soon, if we have to say the winner is Jack, for instance,
I'm not gonna speculate much about that. That is up for
Kamikaze and Fly to discuss.
Yeah.
And me, but I'm not fussed what happens. I prefer the race than over someone just winning like that. Like, for instance, Malaysia, when it was raining like mad. Remember 2009 when Button won his race? Half points were awarded, of course, but even still. Thing is, though, we've got IRL comms from me tomorrow to look forward to.
Well, I got the race though.
Well, you don't have to. The Janet comms. Oh, Jack's now left. The Don Dota guys can't see Killer in the lobby because he hasn't added him.
Who? Well, I added the Don Dota, so he should be able to join the lobby if he's...
No, you have to add the horse, I believe.
Nah. You do? Sure.
Honestly, mate, don't even get me started with Gran Turismo, with all their features and stuff. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I will have to say,
the only good thing about this game is customization.
One thing they really have done wrong on this game is actually, like the lobbies, that you can't have a private lobby where you invite certain people.
But,
you can only have it
lobby.
open or friends only. And
that
is
the downside to that, you can get kicked. Like if you lag out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that... You could in GTA 6. GTA 6, I mean.
GTA 6? What?
Well, Jeremy said you could in GT 6. I keep saying GTA 6. Well, one thing's for sure, we got to be going soon. I mean, we can't be sitting here waiting all night. Well,
true.
Technically,
well,
I could,
can.
But you can't.
But I can't. I've got F6 later on, so.
Another possibility of a bottle for you?
Nope.
Oh, yes, it is.
Even though I hate Canada.
Well, to be fair though, Jared, I'm gonna have my possibility of a bottle tomorrow, so don't worry. You're not gonna be alone.
Well, you won't, Paul. You got me as engineer. So, well, if I'm there.
It's still Canada.
True, it's a chicane, really. We're still waiting.
To be fair though, we're drifting a little off topic here. I mean, that isn't exactly what we're doing, but... Well, obviously, what do you think? 2 rounds left. Jeremy is not gonna make this one. Who's your favorite for the championship now?
Jeremy.
Jack or Jeremy?
Jeremy. I'm sorry for Jack, even though he's my Nexus teammate. I've got to give it Jeremy. How many titles has he won now? Because I forgot it's 3, isn't it? 3 or 2?
What do you mean, races in this season, or...?
No, altogether, like how many championships did he won? Yeah.
Oh, I'm not exactly sure about that, as I
think it's 3 or 2.
Well, I had a brief stint in one GR3 season, I think, but... Well, Jeremy probably knows, so...
Yeah.
If you're there, Jeremy, please do let us know how many championships in GR4... Alright, so...
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, 4 altogether then. 3 with GR, no, 2 with 3 altogether.
Yeah, 3, yeah. 2 GT3, 1 GT4. And it looks like 2 for GT4 if this race doesn't go underway in case it's half points. Which I think will be a thing.
It's such a shame
It's
that
going to be
we
a
have
problem.
this championship position right now, because pretty much Jack needs this race. Jeremy obviously would.
Can just relax.
It wouldn't be too bad for him if the race doesn't go underway. But yeah.
Kamikaze just said the words right out my mouth. I was literally about to text you listening what's happening. That's Lance.
Waiting on 4 more guys.
I told him I wasn't racing.
Who are those 4?
It's Aaron and guys.
Yeah, but didn't Aaron said he couldn't make it then?
Well, it'll be a boring race if it's just.
Well, I could.
You know, like Aaron's had the chance. He's basically, no offense to the lad, I know he's good in that. He's basically what happened with me in IRL F2.
Well, 2nd or 3rd, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's basically what happened to me with IRL F2 with Funky as Paco. If he turned up that last race, he probably, and more committed, he probably could have took my title. But no, it's just happens. Actually, just, you know, if you win the title like that, you win it. You know, it's still a win.
To be fair, if Jeremy takes the title, he's taking this title like you took the F2 title. Yep. Pretty much by just being consistent. Because I am not gonna lie, Jeremy hasn't been the quickest guy for most of the races this season. He's been up there, but usually Aaron's been the quickest guy every time he's showed up. Then you had the 2 Portuguese drivers of Jorge and Andre being surprisingly the 2 quickest guys on the oval, Northern Ireland Speedway. And
yeah.
And then you've had Jack, who's been the quickest guy in a lot of the races too. So he hasn't been the quickest guy most of the times, but he's the one who's shown up every time. He's taken good points, and if he hasn't won, he's either been 2nd or 3rd usually. So
as we've got 4 people now on the pit wall, hopefully we go on the way very soon.
Actually, checking it right now, Aaron's taken 4 wins this season, and well, I think that's the amount of races he's been there. I think he might have been there 5 races, so there might be 1 race he hasn't won. Jack has taken 3 wins, and Jeremy has taken 3 wins.
Yeah, I've got to say, Jack's actually performed that Ferrari basically what Alonso did, outperformed it.
And more interestingly though, is if you look at fastest lap, you see that Aaron's taken 2 fastest lap this season, Andre's taken 1, and the rest, the 7 last fastest laps have all been taken by Jack. So he has been one of the quickest every time.
True. As a little interesting information with the constructors, Team Calzonic won it in the end. Well, there was no way Rich Energy team was going to catch up.
There's 101 points separating, and with neither you or Wolnick driving today, it's gonna be too much, because at the most, I think you can take about 70 points-ish in one race. And,
it
well,
looks like
to
we
be
might be
fair,
working
it's
back on
no
there.
way the... Well, 70 points still not enough.
True. However, the team who's unfortunately, I think, dropped out was with Felix and Paco Suarez. Pepsi Corvette Racing did score some points, 26 points altogether. Unfortunately, a long way off from everybody else. But no, I think like the teams what have performed the best this season, I believe, is Rich Energy House team as myself with Wooder. We struggled at the start and came from nowhere. Nexus Racing as Jack and Nino, they've done quite well as they got 1-2 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, hold on a moment. Mentioning
What?
that, Nexus Racing with that 1-2, I think they might have been the only team taking a 1-2 this season.
Yeah, they are. They're the only team because Rich Energy haven't been up there. We've had the chance, but we've struggled under the
useless,
pressure. Yeah, and Nexus is actually the only one who did it 2 weeks ago. Nino came back out of nowhere and almost could have won the race. I believe Jack won it,
He did.
and he came second. But it was great strategy from them too, and you know I've got to give them respect for that because I was in there. I was in for top 3, but I had a bit of contact with Marcel and one of the new guys, Keelan or something like that. So kind of ruined my race. But other than that, those two absolutely floored that Ferrari. I think that track was mainly a Ferrari track. But no, I think today Kamikaze could actually do something today. He's in his Lambo. Got to see it, one of the next best looking car.
Jeremy saying he got raped at lap 1 in Kyoto. I mean, that it might be a little harsh to say.
Yeah.
Maybe. No.
As Jack Mir, Aaron Timberlake is the only one to have 3 straight wins. He won Brands Hatch, Lago Maggiore East, and Red Bull Short. He won those 3 from pole position and won those races. Out of those 3, he got 2 fastest laps, and out of the driver days, he got 4 of the all 3. But Jack Mir has actually recently been on fire with fastest laps.
Those 3 races too.
Yeah, true, that as well. As he's absolutely flying right now.
He's actually been one of 2 drivers who's had a perfect race weekend, with taking pole, race win, fastest lap, and driver of the day. It's only been him and Jack who's done that, and Aaron's done it twice.
True.
Jack has done it once a year.
Yeah, I think he has.
I know.
Oh, has he?
Yes. But it's not my memory that's good, I just have the spreadsheet up in front of me, so... You were almost impressed for a moment, weren't you?
Yeah, your memory was like, oh, hang on a minute, where's his memory come from? You know, he's actually got one.
Hold on now, don't be too harsh. Hold on and see where you come from.
As we can see, Kamikaze sets a lap of a 1:41.3. That's what I was sitting on a set of stops. That's how embarrassing it was.
Right now, I think Lance is just taking this as practice.
Oh, he's gone off.
As I think they're actually waiting for Jeremy.
Yeah, I believe they are. They're giving 5 minutes to Jeremy, and that's a bit harsh, giving Lance a 1.5 second penalty. I've got to say though, Lance has actually done a great job with that Lamborghini colour scheme. A very good job.
Alright, so Jack's saying that Jeremy is at 90% right now.
It'll be about another 5 minutes. Hopefully we'll get underway shortly, because it can't be forever. So, I understand. I don't understand why it's updated though, because he was actually in the lobby earlier.
Nah, I have no idea.
But I did have problems earlier when I joined him. When I joined him, it kicked me out saying everybody left, and I tried to rejoin, it was only saying Jack was the host. I was like, well, hang on a minute. So I had to tell Fly to change the setting in the lobby to fix it, and luckily it did. So some data might have been corrupted on the GT Sport servers, or something like that. You know how GT Sport is unreliable, fortunately. So Lance just warming up with his Lambo. As the Don Dotter has now got a go for his Chinese. That's unfortunate. And now we're down to 3 drivers.
Well, that will be 4 with Jeremy, but yeah.
If it gets to 3, if in 5 minutes as Fly doesn't come in, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder if it's going to be a not restart, but like finish. Like, is it going to finish the stands? Because in my opinion, because Fly did say in the chat we should have restarted.
Finish after quali then, or
yeah, basically, because right now. Because, like, we weren't meant to actually restart. For some reason, Aaron said we should have restarted. Because it looked like Fly wasn't going to be able to make it.
He thought Jeremy was coming back, I think.
Yeah, and it kind of bugged the lobby out where, you know, if this new update with qualifying, you can't then change the grid. It has to stay there. Even with them joined, they will not be on a race, and it's unfortunate, and I'm not blaming Aaron, it's not his fault, but it was unfortunate we had to restart, even though I had a bad start, but, you know, can't be helped sometimes. Sometimes we may have to do a Malaysia, basically, right now. As Jack's actually saying, when Fly enters, he will be declared champion, and it's mathematically impossible for me to win it. Oh, don't give up, Jack. You know, Fly could have internet connection problems, leave the session. You know, but I hope that doesn't happen to him, because I know Fly's got stable internet. I mean, I'm rooting in my favour for Fly to win, because he's the more experienced champion out of everybody here.
Well, me on the other side, I am going to be rooting for Jack to make a comeback drive to get the championship in the end. And also,
yeah,
so we have somebody dethroning Jeremy. Although, to be fair, this championship has been exciting, though. It hasn't been as one-sided as it's been at times, with Jeremy just running away with it.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like, I wasn't expected to get a podium in one of the rounds, and surprisingly, I got 3rd place. I believe it was Goodwood. I actually was battling with 2nd at the end. I think I got 3rd. Can't remember now. It's been a long time. So it's the grid's not imbalanced or anything. There's sometimes a Ferrari or Lambo or Merc can be good at different tracks, and surprisingly, the Merc was actually good at Goodwood.
Was the Merc good at any tracks, Jared? Like, be honest.
Well, except Goodwood. The other 2 tracks, such as the Northern Isle, which I was testing it for, it was just shocking. And I already made a commitment that I said if this Merc wasn't going to work, I'm on Ferrari. And Woda accepts that, and he's bounced back. He's done better in the Ferrari than what he was doing in the Merc.
He did better last race. He looked a little more like himself, in my opinion. But I do have to say, I'm looking more forward to the GR3 season for
True,
Rolik's
because
sake though, because he looked way better in the GR3 cars last time than he's looked in these GR4 cars. So I don't know, might be something with the handling, might just be that, I don't know, maybe he's just better with the faster car. It's hard to say,
that
to
is
be
very
honest.
possible. I'm more comfortable with the GR3 Corvette now than I was last season, as some people may have
Well, now
seen me
Jared,
team
remember though,
with Tyler Thomas.
you are like you're like no quality.
Oh, you really give me the shots today.
Oh yeah, gotta give you the shots when you give up the race, you know. I'm not letting you easy off then.
You gotta give me that. I had to. Nah, there's no point really, especially with these. I'm surprised actually these three are actually staying
Are
in.
you sure? I mean, the chances of a podium right now is looking good.
The way, there's no way. Even like Killer was faster than me on a set of mediums, and I was on a set of softs. So I know. I think it was just I'm not comfortable with this track.
All right, I understand. We'll just conclude with
DNF.
Slowpoke.
Nah, it'd be just boring, no action for you to watch. You know, like probably eventually later on this season with IRL F2, me hopefully winning my title again, because I've got to defend it this season.
Well, mentioning that, we are getting closer to the start of the regular season, and of course you've been doing comms for the summer season after. Yep. Well, I mean, you did the first race, I believe, then went over to doing comms. And
yeah, because once at the time in that game.
Going on to the regular season, then you're back in the seat, and what will be your aim for the next season in F2?
Humiliating Paco Suarez, maybe.
Mission
nah,
done.
Nah, I'm only messing. I don't know. Probably if I can, because the new drivers who have turned up, especially Nino. Geez, Nino is very quick. A lot quicker than anybody was last season in F2. Actually quicker than Lee Kelly, who was actually quite good in F2, and then his pace has died down a bit, but Nino's pace has come out of nowhere.
Alright,
but no, I think I'm going to defend it. I don't know.
Well, it looks like the game isn't working for Jeremy, so it doesn't look like we'll get him in then. And frankly, we're quite late after when we Excuse me?
Nino Romanello.
Well, who said he was going to be an F2?
Oh, he thinks he's going to be an F2.
To be fair,
maybe
Nino is starting to look very quick.
Very quick, actually. Yeah, you are right.
The tiers has not been decided, and well, frankly, when it comes to Nino, putting him in F2 is starting to look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because
basically,
we've been discussing the possibility of Lee being in F2, even though we want him in F1. And the thing is, Lee is surpassing Lee on pace now. He looks like he's surpassing me too. And yeah, that's probably gonna be a discussion for us later. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens there, as it looks like we're gonna have to start without Jeremy. So it's gonna be a 3-car race. You know what this reminds me of then?
Go on.
05 F1 USA.
Oh yeah, Indianapolis. Yeah.
It's kind of looking like it. We have just a few cars on the grid out of everyone who should have been here, and yeah.
I do admit I feel a bit down now because I'm one of the guys who've also let everybody down, as it's going to be a 10-lap shootout. Oh, perfect 12, but I think it'll be a 10-lap shootout. Half points, so that is being confirmed. So I believe it is actually mathematically impossible for Jack actually to win the title now, I believe. With half the points. No?
And because Jeremy is getting no points, half points means that maximum that Jack can end up with now. Well, that depends. If fastest lap is going to be half a point then, or 1 point. But I'll just assume it's going to be 1 point, so he can get then 17. No, wait. How many points is driver of the day in?
I've totally blanked. Hang on a minute. I have to read everything again.
I think I have it. Alright. Well, I got it. So driver of the day is 3 points, so he should then be able to end up with 20 points, which means that before the last race it's gonna be 16 points difference between Jack and
it looks like we're going
between Jack and Jeremy, so it's still gonna make for a thriller of that finale then, with just 16 points separating Jack and Jeremy. I'm pretty sure they both will be practicing all week long.
As Killer's actually started qualifying, not the final. So are we doing quali? Oh, it's only going to last 5 minutes, so it's not going to be that much of a problem.
Right,
well, unfortunately, guys, it's come to a 3-car grid. Jack and Lance and Rob. 2 Americans and 1.
Well, to be fair, I think we could have... I think we could have an interesting battle between Rob and Lance, but I think Jack is going to run away with this one, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a bit easy today for Jack. I think he's had a bit of a lucky break. I bet he's in the helmet right now, red, because I'm...
well, I'm telling you, Jared, I don't think Jack is lucky at all, because I think he was quite confident at getting at least second today, which before half points would have been more than he's getting now if he gets first driver of the day and fastest lap. So I don't think it's necessarily an advantage for Jack.
Yeah, I have to kind of agree with you on that one.
Considering what he could have gotten and what he can get now. I'll have a look and show you see. So potentially he could have ended up with 36 points.
Yeah.
But now he potentially can get 20, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because the points, so you can get 20.
Well, that might be Jeremy that he struggled
points
towards you and Aaron, but
so he was still 16 points off Jeremy.
Well, he could have sliced the gap down to 2 points potentially.
Oh, a very interesting constructor's point of view though. If Jack actually wins this race, he will be 3 points in the constructor standings off Rich Energy Haas Racing. Now, I'm also a member of Nexus Racing because I'm a Nexus driver, of course,
Well,
but
this is
I'm not
something
going to
I'm
let that
wondering
happen.
about though, Jared. As we're doing this, well, very short quali where they're probably only gonna get 1, maybe 2 laps.
Yeah.
Is the driver who's putting it on pole now getting the point for pole position, or is that going to Aaron as we did quali earlier too?
That is
Any
up
idea?
for Kamikaze and Lance. I have no idea with that. I don't think we can give it to Aaron because it is a new lobby and everyone's basically left, so it's a 3-lap shootout and it is half points. So we could give them to both Jack and Aaron.
Guess we will have to see. As Jack is gonna cross the line, doing a 37, 38, 39 flat.
39 flat.
And that is quite far off his lap earlier, while Lance
is 140 flat.
40 flat. What about Rob?
It's actually Rob's just not come out.
Alright.
Rob's not going to have enough time to do a lap. He's only got 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
You're right. So Rob will be starting from 3rd. We will have Jack in 1st and Lance in 2nd. And thinking about it, Jack is probably out doing another lap right now.
Well, Jack is actually pulled away actually from Lance quite considerably actually. Gotta say though, Jack's came in as a choice after unfortunately Joe Hollis's looks couldn't be part of the team with Nino, and I think Nexus Racing actually made a good choice with Jack, so because Jack's actually managed to be a title contender for Fly.
And on another note actually, Jack said that he wouldn't be able to do a lot of the races because of, was it these GCSEs or?
Yeah, I think it was GCSEs.
But he has managed to find the time to still do the races. He's ended up in the championship fight.
It was a 138.967, 400th improvement. As here comes Lance, he is on the provisional best. A 139.5, and Rob is
he's closer, but it will be 2nd. As for Rob, it will be 3rd. And a 10-lap shootout. Well, there's going to be desperate drivers on the grid then.
Could we see a dive bomb from Rob or Lance, as Lance is flashing his headlights?
To be honest, I think that is going to be a little unlikely because Jack has usually gotten good starts, so...
Is this Lance? Would this be Lance's first podium?
It might be, as the start goes, and it looks like a really good start by Lance actually.
And Lance straight away takes the lead.
But Jack is holding it on the outside. And
as
look at
Rob
this.
is right behind him.
Jack around the outside of Lance, but
wide. Oh, bit of wheel banging. Oh, what a save from Lance there. As Lance is in trouble now.
Still all intact and still all close together.
Oh, it's Rob trying to go for the middle.
Rob is fancying his move there, but he couldn't really find any space to get through. Lance taking a very defensive line. Jack around the outside. Ooh, and Jack is a little on the grass, and I think Jack has lost it. No, he has managed to kind of save it, I think, so he's still...
So Jack is bottling under the pressure. Could this be Kamikaze, Lance, his first race victory with 10 laps?
Remember, Jared, still 9 laps left, and considering the pace earlier in this season, Jack should be able to close that gap and still get his win if he has to. This Jack is right back out on the gearbox of Rob here. On to the main straight. Oh, as Jack is drifting it out. Oh, he seems to have actually managed to save it, but he did lose time there.
As Lance has fast at 1:48.4. Oh, hang on a minute. Where's Rob coming from? Rob's coming on the inside of Lance.
On the inside, he's trying, but he's gonna end up wide here.
I do admit, Rob's been struggling with the game recently. His car has been sliding. I've seen visuals of it. Actually, his car for some reason just slides.
Oh, and look at this! Jack is fancying his chance at Rob here.
I think the Ferrari's just faster a tiny bit with the setup Jack has got. Is Jack going to go for the move on the inside? He's going to hold it, but look at the rear end.
Sliding the car through the corner, but he's past, but he's side by side with Rob now. And
this is helping Lance, though.
Neither of these two is going to give in, as we see Jack still... Oh, could this be advantage Rob right now?
Rob is flawed.
Jack
right
around
now.
the outside, all the way over the curb, but he's still managing to stay ahead. But look at this though. This battling between these two have actually given Lance a small gap down to Jack here.
Oh, Lance makes almost a mistake there in the big right. Almost loses the car, and he's lost a bit of time from Jack. But now Jack is on the attack on Lance. Oh, look at Jack, big slide from Jack.
Sliding there again, and it looks like Rob has gotten wide too.
Yeah, I believe, but that is going to help Lance again. 1.5 seconds coming to the gap, and there's only 7 laps to go. Now Lance has to be relaxed. This could be his first win, as Lance is absolutely loving this right now. As Lance goes off on the gravel, grass him in. He's off the track, and Jack's
in the gravel as he comes up right next to Jack. But it looks like Jack is taking it as Lance is coming back with dirty tires and is now under pressure from Rob Small, coming up to the back end of Lance. As we can see that Jeremy, he's probably extremely frustrated not to race there today, but he's cheering on his teammate Rob. This is a good
Lance,
chance
the commentator, because Rob is trying to go for a dive. Now all Jack has to do is win this race. Jack wins this race, he'll get closer to fly.
And right now it looks like Jack is managing to pull a little away. I don't think the 2 drivers behind him will have the pace to catch him back up actually.
Oh, the gap is 1.6 seconds.
And it is increasing. But still, Lance, I think it's going to be his first podium this season, so... I mean...
Oh, again, Jack is really struggling with the rear end. There's like no grip, as I did say before, the Ferrari around here has just got no stability.
Could be true, but he did actually gain through those corners, amazingly enough.
Jack with the new fastest lap, 139.1, is actually Rob sets on 140. As Lance is really under pressure now and struggling.
Rob taking a wide line there, still on the gearbox of Lance.
Where's Rob got the pace?
Big corner cut there. Well, to be fair, Rob had a brilliant race last time out too.
Rob is about to make an attack move on Lance. He's going actually on the outside, which is surprising. He's 8/10 up right now, as this is helping Jack control this race with almost a 3-second gap with under a lap.
Against Lance.
Bit of contact. That was unfortunate there. Lance did have the inside of the corner and just ran a bit wide. And came a bit of contact there. Oh, Lance is really struggling with that Lambo.
Lance is struggling.
Lance looked comfortable at the sign. He's got a 1.5 second penalty.
Oh no.
That's it. Rob is going to make it easy.
That could be his chance at second place over already.
Well, he should be happy with whatever position he gets. He'll still get a podium out of this. As
Oh, you're
Rob
right
is
there,
literally
but
eyeing
look
him up.
at Jack. Jack is pulling away, as we said, and you can see that Lance is trying to
4.3
subtly get rid of that penalty. And he's managed to get rid of, well,
5
3
tenths.
tenths in that corner. Or 4 maybe. So, if he can
He's now
keep doing
1
this,
second.
maybe he can still battle for that second place. But you can see that
Although
Rob
it
is
looks
looking
like Rob is
feisty.
really struggling. Oh, that's it. I
And
think
that
second
is
place is now
Rob.
his. Rob's car just slid through that corner. It's very unfortunate there for Rob, as he's really struggling now. He's off again.
Oh, and that is off again, and I think that could be the finishing positions decided already, actually.
There's currently the gap between him and Lance is 7.5 seconds now. Lance can just relax a minute and get rid of his penalty. But Jack is in the lead with 4.7 seconds lead of the gap in the Ferrari, which is surprising actually. But he is a man of commitment and consistency.
Oh, true that, and Jeremy saying, oh, as Rob is off again.
As Rob's actually called it a day.
Well,
so I don't know if he has done 90%, so I don't know if he'll get points.
He hasn't done 90%.
Oh shoot, no he hasn't done 90%, he's done 50%. Sorry about my math.
So that is
no points for...
Interesting that he chose to give up there with the fact that he only needed to finish at least 4 more laps and then would have gotten points, so...
The gap between Jack and Kamikaze is 5.5 seconds currently. Jack is flying.
Oh yeah, and we are gonna... And...
as Rob has left the session and it's kicked everybody out.
Well, then I'll have to say, I hope Lance and Jeremy decides on the race, finishing with Jack in first and Lance in second, because that was a 10-lap shootout. What are we gonna do now then? A 5-lap shootout?
Nah, I think that's it. I think we should just call it there.
I think that should be it. And yeah, Jeremy has a point there. That's why you have to keep it on public. And well, I do have to agree on that. That's the only positive thing about keeping it on public, is that the host changes.
It's currently my parrot downstairs.
Well, Jack, I can't actually say what's happening, considering this is up to Lance and Jeremy. But in my opinion, we should finish there with you winning the race and Lance getting
me
second.
winning the race? Oh, I'll take the win. Yep, it's been confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, Jared has won his first race in GT Sport.
Yeah, Jack saying I'd like full points, as it mean I'd only be 2 points off fly.
But yeah, Jack, I think you win that race and Lance gets second. I believe we could count Rob in there. It was on the 5th lap and it finished there, so I believe we can possibly count him. So
I don't know. I'm confused and yeah.
Well then. This has been a very eventful GT Sport race.
As it stands now, if I am not mistaken, then I think we're gonna have Jack 16 points behind.
Yeah.
Before the last race, because there is no way nobody else is getting driver of the day, and he got fastest lap. I don't know if he's getting a point for pole position or not, to be honest, but yeah, I think he's gonna get that too, since it went the way it did. So so I guess we'll see. For now, no matter if the race isn't finished or not, we are gonna end the stream, because Well, as it is right now, it should end here. We
Yeah, it's
can't
been going
start off the
on for
race
now
again with 2
20.
drivers. That is not happening.
No. Nope.
So by that, if you want to watch more, then you will have IRL F1 summer season tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. That will be commented by your man only Jared, Mr. Fossbottle,
Yep.
or Fosbury as
Tune in for that at
it actually
4:30.
is. And with that, next week you'll have the GT4 series back at Red Bull Ring at 6 p.m.
As it's the last
next
round to
Saturday.
call who's champion.
And it's
Who will be
only
champion?
between Jack and Jeremy, so
Bye.
we're gonna have a good one there. Hopefully. Well, with
Yeah,
that,
hopefully no
good
bugs.
night and thank you to anyone who's been watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more action. Hopefully better action than we got today in the end, but there is usually better action, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And by that, good night to everybody.